Okay. Hello, everybody. So, still here at work, like always. Nothing's changed. I'm just taking a moment before I go back to doing my last hour and a half of work. So, I had a talk with God today, and it went well. You know, um, it went well. That's all I can say. Uh, but after that, I put on my headphones again. I keep my headphones in because I was listening to music. But I started to listen to the book of Job. So yes, I listened to the whole 42 chapters of this book, and it's crazy the way his story goes. Um, because one, his wife told him to basically give up and curse God, but he said he wouldn't. Two, after being covered with boils all over his body after losing his whole family and all of his riches, he spoke after 7 days. And with those 7 days, he was with some friends, and they were all just like speaking words. Just I don't know if you could say if it was words of uh, affirmation or it was just like wisdom type words, which I say they have a bunch of wisdom. So when you hear for this 10 plus chapters of their conversation going, it's mind blowing about everything that they say. And then what caught my attention, one thing that caught my attention, which I learned, is Job was saying things without really understanding what he was saying or knowing what he was saying. And in a paraphrase, and God stepped in and was like, hold on. You're saying these things, but you don't know of these things that you're talking about. And so they wind up having a whole entire conversation for like another 5 chapters. And at the end of the conversation, uh, before the end of the conversation and all that stuff, he gave the command to his friends to go get, XYZ animals and other things and bring them back to Job, and Job would be the one that would offer them up, um, do the burnt offering for them. And so, because God said he would, sorry, that he would accept the burnt offering from Job because of his uprightness. And so they obeyed, came back and did that. And then when the conversation was finally over, you would think that he got his blessing before the conversation. Because the way a lot of people say it, or the way a lot of people just put it out there. They cut out the whole middle portion. But when you realize everything that they went through, everything that he was going through, everything they talked about, one, he was still covered in a bunch of boils. God hadn't came in yet for that point. He was still in light. So he has agony thing, he explains it all. But when he had his whole entire conversation with God, and at the end of that conversation, that's when God blessed him again with double of everything that he had lost before and replenished his family with 7 children. So the takeaway from this whole thing is when we lose things in life, it's not for the worst thing. It's God taking away because he's going to give something better. Even if he has to give something in the middle of it, till you get to that something better, that's what he's going to do. He's going to give you something better. Eventually, you're going to get more than what you had before. So while we're going through mourning and suffering and everything, we should be able to still have a way to worship, because that's what Job did. He ripped his clothes and fell to the ground and worshiped. And that's where it's like when we have the times where we're in real despair or going through like some real bad grief and stuff like that, we forget that we should still be able to praise God during that storm, because we're in it, but he brought us to it. And at the end, And at the end of the day, he's going to bring you through it. It's just going to take time, because it's always his timing. So it's never a set time when you're going to come out of your storm. It's never. But if you can still do the things of the Lord, still seek him during your hard times, even if you have like a small strange relationship, but you're still communicating with him on a daily, eventually he's going to wind up stepping in, whether you're saying the right thing or saying the wrong thing. But you're going to step in and he's going to speak. And then once he speaks, he's going to let you know what you're about to receive. Do you understand? He was going to tell you what you're going to receive. And nowadays, it might not just be him verbally speaking to you. It could be him sending a minister to you, or somebody to give you a message. And you have to claim that message in the end of the day, because that's God's promise to you. And as long as you can hold to God's promises and his truth, then you will be okay. And you'll still be blessed at the end of the day.